I remember the exact words because they sounded like a joke I didn't get. For my birthday this year, I just wish you would go away. She said it soft, like a dare and a secret wrapped together, right across the candlelight. We were at a small restaurant, my voice still warm from ordering, her cake barely touched, friends smiling around us. That sentence, a birthday wish, landed in my chest like a stone. Betrayal, I thought, is dramatic, but sometimes betrayal is a quiet eviction notice delivered in ordinary language, a tiny cruelty that erases years of marriage in one breath. I should have laughed it off. Instead, I felt my bones go hollow. We'd been married 8 years. Our relationship was the kind of marriage people called steady. Bills paid on time, weekend routines, vacation photos, us habits that felt permanent. But steady can hide rot. In the months before that birthday, the small signs of trouble had multiplied. She stopped answering my late texts. She started guarding her phone. She canceled plans with friends and suddenly had alone time that wasn't explained. I knew about infidelity stories online, cheating, emotional affairs, secret lives, but I thought those were only for other people. I was wrong. Cheating and betrayal don't always burst like a scandal. They creep. After she said go away, a strange calm took over me. I looked at her face, at the soft flutter of candle flame, at the cake that had my name, of all things, on the napkin. I asked, quietly, "What did you say?" She smiled like it was nothing. She said it again, that this year she wanted space, to be free, to feel lighter. It was a wish, a selfish wish, a brutal wish. I remember thinking in a way I still can't explain that a wish is a statement of the heart. If she can wish me away on her birthday, then somewhere inside her, life had shifted and I didn't know the coordinates. In the days that followed, I looked for reasons. I checked messages in corners I shouldn't have. I shouldn't suggest that as a moral choice, but when trust cracks, people do desperate things. I found conversations that read like flirtation disguised as concern, late-night calls that were work, and a photo or two that cut out context and left only implication. The pattern of an affair appeared: emotional closeness, secret messages, excuses. The words betrayal and infidelity stopped being abstract. They were tags on real moments I lived through. Relationship collapse is messy and legal, but before any lawyer, there's the spiritual wreckage, the sense of being replaced. I confronted her one afternoon. I wasn't calm. I don't think anyone can stay calm when the foundation of trust shakes. She admitted to seeing someone else for months. She called it a mistake, then an awakening, then an accident of timing. She said she had felt trapped in our marriage for a long time. I listened and felt my sense of self dissolve. Marriage is supposed to be a partnership, not a prison. If she had been looking for a way out, why not talk? Why the secrecy? That's the cruelty of betrayal. It steals the choice from you and makes you a footnote in somebody else's story. The practicalities came next. Conversations about leaving, about separation and ownership, about who gets the house and how to divide a life. I thought of divorce lawyers and custody fights, and the word that felt like an instrument: irreconcilable. The heartache moves into forms and documents. Trust is not a legal term, but the courtroom cares about proven facts. I collected proof, not for revenge, because decisions should be anchored in truth, not in the fog of accusation. People told me to go public, to expose her, to make her own wish backfire online. I thought about it. Public shaming gives a hollow high, a momentary justice that rarely repairs a person's life. Instead, I chose quiet. I moved out for a while, kept contact about logistics, and asked for counseling. Not to save a marriage overnight, but to give both of us a structured way to understand what happened. Some friendships fractured and some people picked sides. Relationship betrayal stretches into community. That's part of the cost. What surprised me most was the way small rituals healed differently than grand gestures. It wasn't one passionate speech that made a difference. It was 6 months of showing up for the boring details, paying bills on time, being present at doctor's appointments, being consistent where I once prioritized spectacle. Whether that effort would bring back trust, I couldn't promise. Some wounds close. Some leave scars that guide your future choices. I learned that forgiveness is not a single heroic moment, but a decision made day by day, or a decision to close the book and walk away, forever changed. I won't pretend this is a neat ending. Some nights the image of that birthday candle still stings. Some mornings I'm grateful I acted with integrity rather than grandiosity. If you're listening because you've lived this, you know there is no easy path. If you're watching because you suspect a secret, don't ignore the small signs: guarded phones, late texts, changes in routines. Protect yourself, gather facts, and seek counsel. So tell me, if this happened to you, what would you do? Would you stay and fight to rebuild trust? Or would you leave and start fresh? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you want more real stories about betrayal, marriage, and relationship drama, make sure to subscribe.